one story. They wanted to have my wife's dad have like cancer and shit, and like the opening scene, I was supposed to be up on a rooftop doing hand to hand with a fucking Hodge, bro, and it was falling off the edge. I'm like, nah, we're done, dude. We're fucking done.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the Trunk Tales. Don't worry, Nona and I will be back very soon for He's Wrong, She's Right. But for now, this is an advanced preview of our new show, The Trunk Tales, with myself and Grimsy News. Check it out, get subscribed, and we will see you on both channels very soon, I hope. And I do want to say thank you guys for supporting those of you that have stayed channel members on He's Wrong, She's Right, even though we haven't uploaded in several months. We do appreciate your support, and we are coming back. We will have a lot of great content for you guys, and it should be coming very soon. So enjoy this episode of the Trunk Tales. And if you're not subscribed, go check it out. And if you're new to the Trunk Tales, or if you're watching the Trunk Tales as it comes out, go get subscribed to our other channel, He's Wrong, She's Right. All right, guys, thank you very much. Have a wonderful week. Welcome, everyone. This is the Trunk Tales with the infamous now Elon retweeted Grimsy News,
Don't do
as
that.
well as our special
do that.
guest, as well as our special guest today, Nicholas Irving, Reaper 33. Thank you guys for coming on.
That's the real special guest right there. That's
Yep.
the man. That's the man with the plan right there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm chilling, man.
Savage.
Man, this has been in the works for a couple months now. Grimsy and I had talked about this, and that's actually that. Okay, let me make this obvious to everyone. This is a pilot episode. We don't have any logistics yet. We don't have anything set up yet. We're recording this content in advance of anything except the YouTube channel existing. So if you guys are watching this right now being like, man, these guys are amateurs. I mean, we are. I am.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you because I fuck with you. Like, we don't know what the fuck we doing.
Yep.
But we're gonna make it happen. That's how it always starts, man.
man.
Always.
So if anybody's got some productive criticism, drop it in the comments. If you're not subscribed yet, because the majority of the world isn't yet, but we already have like 20 subscribers. We haven't even put a video on there yet. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and get subscribed. Let us know what you want to see. We're open to doing what the world wants, because that's what this industry is about. You do what the audience wants and they pay you.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all, man. Not wrong at all.
So yeah, man, thank you guys for making time for this. Grimsy, I think this is gonna pop off. While you were fixing your video issues, I talked to Nick and said, hey, you want to be recurring, that'd be cool. So,
most definitely.
Yeah, hit me up, bro. Hit me up.
If you got the opportunity.
You can't go wrong with a roster on the roster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with a roster on the roster, man. It works out.
So what I really want people to understand is, like, we all, generally speaking, are kind of on the same political spectrum. And I don't want this show to be a political show or anything like that, but I definitely do know that we don't agree 100% on everything. And I do think that having some people on here, and this isn't a thing against you, Nick, but that Sean.
I'm the outcast, bro.
That Sean Ryan, Gavin Newsom thing.
Oh, the Sean Ryan, Gavin Newsom. I haven't seen it, bro. I haven't seen it.
I don't know if I want to see it.
Yeah.
I saw clips, and I saw him give him a gun. I only saw clips. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen all of it yet. Shadsy did a recap of it, and it kind of made me like, no, I don't want to watch it.
I really don't even want to watch it. My whole thing, I don't know why. I don't know why Sean even brought Buddy on there. Like, what
happened? What happened?
I think Gavin Newsom is a fake person, bro.
Oh, 100%, bro. I think he's an actor more than anything else.
Just a paid, trained actor, bro. Like, that's my whole thing. Like, I don't have any, like, again, this isn't going to be a strictly political show, bro. But, I don't have certainly any love for Democrats, but at the same time, like, some of them show you who they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's respectable because that's what they are, and that's it. Gavin Newsom is an actor, bro. Like,
oh yeah,
he gets in front of these cameras and you can just tell he, like, everything about him is fabricated, and it irks me, bro. I really can't stand that man.
They vote for him too. That's what's weird. They vote for him, but yeah, you can see right through it. It was like I caught on to him like during the whole 2020 COVID mess thing. and that was like I was like, who is this guy? It's a weirdo, like weird behavior, Hollywood actor,
Mad
lives,
weird,
you
bro.
know. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I don't. Yeah, it's like he's made for Hollywood, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He's made for Hollywood. Just nothing he says or does comes off as that. We don't know who he is.
That's what's crazy. Yeah,
We
yeah.
really don't know who he is because that mask is is on there so tight, bro. You
Thick,
can't
bro.
tell who
It's
that
thick.
man is,
Yep.
man.
It's thick.
Yeah, so as soon as that episode aired, and then I think one of the first pieces of content that came out about it was him presenting the pistol. He said,
Yeah.
I gave this to Gavin Newsom, and I was like, dude,
I'm actually like keen on what's Gavin Newsom's like stance on. I mean, it's California, so it's obviously like trash. But
he's pulling the Kamala Harris thing now, where he's saying, "Oh, my family has guns, and I've always gone hunting." And
yeah,
dude, come on.
every politician says that who's like against gun rights. That
Yep.
They all come back and say, yeah,
Man, I can't get behind it, bro. I can't get behind it because there's nothing about that man that says I shoot guns.
no. Hey, it's California too. Yeah,
And like I wanted to believe Sean Ryan was like doing some funny shit by giving him a gun, right? Because he's like he's like an anti 2A guy, and you know what I'm saying, this would be funny to give him a gun and see how he does it. But it looked genuine from the clip I seen. It looked like he genuinely went and got hit, and it just didn't. It don't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
And wasn't it like it was compliant with California laws or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's on the clip. It was like he made it compliant with the California.
Yeah.
Well,
you know, they got mag
rifle
numbers and shit.
I know there's rifle rules. What are the pistol rules?
I don't know.
I think it's a capacity rule.
The capacity, yeah, and how the magazine or something like that. How bad? I don't. Yeah, might have a button stop on it. I don't know. It's
Man,
weird,
bro. I just they're you know, I'm still new to the politics shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still kind of green in that area, but I'm very well versed in reading people.
Yep.
You don't need to be, you know what I'm saying, you don't need to be a whiz in politics to read somebody if you got it.
Oh, yeah.
And that man right there, there's nothing real about that man. And I can't get behind it at all.
There's a bunch of them like that.
Oh my God, man. It's sad. What got me into politics? Seeing Kamala Harris's goofy ass. Bro, I said, cause you know, like coming where I come from, like we don't really give a fuck about politics, bro.
Same,
like we don't care. You know, we go under the act of like it don't affect us. We can't change nothing. Oh well, just let them do what they do, and we're just gonna live life, right? And then I heard her talk, and I was like, absolutely not, absolutely not. There's no way. There's just no. So then I started doing research, and I started looking into Trump, and I started, you know, seeing different shit and looking into different shit, and just like Gavin Newsom, I seen Kamala Harris, and I was like, she's an actor, bro.
Yeah. And where is she now? Like, it's crazy how they just disappear like that.
Gone.
You know?
Gone. Well, yeah, because look,
wild.
Because you get her, and she's, you know, she's trying to run for president, right? And then she loses that, and then you hear whispers of her going and doing the whole, you know, running for governor of California. And then that's gone, and then now you see her at like random plays and shit, and just babbling. Yeah, like just
what kind of plays?
Bro.
Like Broadway?
Like Broadway shit, right? And going and speaking to the actors of Broadway shows, and you know the word salad she does, man.
They all went to the same acting schools.
Yeah, ain't that some shit? Like you could look at them and be like, why does this feel the same? Why does like this fake mask feel the same on so many different people, bro?
That veil is breaking, man. The veil is breaking. It's not like it was back in the 90s and like shit, even like early 2000s, you know?
So the same thing, the same issue that politicians are having right now is the same issue that people like Tim Kennedy and Nick Palmashire are having, is that back in the day, you could tell a story and it was pretty localized, right? Like you could put it in a book and it would go across the world, but
Right.
Andrew can't talk to Grimsey, and Grimsey can't talk to Nick, and Nick can't talk to Andrew. You can't piece all this together. Now, everything's online. As soon as you make a statement, there's 100 people that are trying to discredit you, whether or not you're wrong or not.
I wanted to, Nick, how did you feel about his I don't even know if you can call it an apology.
But I read that, man.
You read Tim's shit?
I was like, one, I'm like, I don't think it was like an apology. It seemed like, I think it was probably like AI written or something like that. You know, I didn't know about the entire like the Valorous Awards thing, you know. And when I started looking into it, I had read some his little like apology about the Valorous Award. I was like, that's fucked up, you know. And there's other stuff, obviously, you know. But I think like when you start like claiming a Valorous Award, then have a story to go along with it. And I heard his story, and I was like, who? What?
Because you know, the way I looked at it, right? I was like, man, how do you compare this, right? Because you got like, let's take Chris.
Oh, Cash just knocked us off the
My
internet.
opinion, it sounded more like he didn't really remember like he should have, and that's why it kind of sounded different. In Tim's case, he's creating shit, bro.
That shit happens to like a lot of vets, and I don't know, I'm not gonna say a lot of vets, but I mean, for like most of us, this stuff happened back in like 2000 and for me, like 2008, 2009, 2010, right. 2005, and 6, 7. But like shit, that's a while ago. And I don't forget, I had some guys over like a couple of weeks ago, and like we'll start talking about stories, and he'll tell me a story, and I'm like, dude, I thought that was 2 missions, or I thought that it was. You know, and it's like it's blended together now and shit like that. And that's what it feels like. Everything was like blended together in one big ball.
But that's very different than Tim, bro.
Yeah, I'm not saying
right. That's
I got Purple Hearts and Valorant.
And that's why I feel like we hear on that, because it's like, of course, like it's a long time ago, so you might miss certain details or the timeline might get a little murky, but to say you got all these awards, right?
And 30 deployments, bro.
Oh man, bro. And then to see that, and I was like, oh yeah, you're cooked, bro. You got to be cooked for that. There's no way you can apologize out of that or whatever it was.
I don't know if you guys had seen. You probably haven't seen all the content because, I mean, the majority of America doesn't watch the He's Wrong, She's Right podcast. But this is a unsolicited plug for that channel, my wife and I's channel.
Plug it up.
So I worked for Tim, or I mean, I worked for Nick during, not Nick Irving, Nick Palmachano.
Really? Ranger Up?
Yeah, after Ranger Up, so DJM.
Okay.
Yeah, but I knew all the people from Ranger Up. Ranger Up actually did production runs of T-shirts and merch and stuff for a company that I had like more than 10 years ago. Actually, almost 15 years ago. Damn. So I've known Nick. I've known his team I mean, I wouldn't say Nick has high turnover, but in the last 5 years, Nick has had really high turnover. But I had worked with those guys, and when that book came out, you know, I was on the team helping promote it and shill it, marketing team and everything like that. And I never actually read the book. There's
Same.
I had galley copies of it, which if
anybody's not familiar,
yeah.
And like the little synopsis printout or yeah.
So there's a picture floating around, or a couple of pictures floating around of the kids sitting on the couch at the old house pretending to read it, and you can see that little sticker on the front cover of the paperback where it says, you know, editor's edition, whatever, blah, you know, release date is this. And so I never really paid attention. My job was just get the book out there, get the message out there.
Yeah.
Nick Palmachano, that is he's a marketer. He's a storyteller. He editorializes things. And that's the thing that I tried to tell people was that some of what Tim said is probably somewhat true. But what happened was Tim took his story and gave it to Nick. And Nick was like, yeah, that deployment sounds cool, but what if you had 50 grenades?
Yeah.
You know, what if you rescued an entire village of women and children all by yourself? I'm not saying that happened in the book, but I'm just saying, like,
killed them.
yeah. Like that's, just like Hollywood. It's the Hollywood problem. And Nick, you and I talked about this in the episode that we had with my wife. Like, it's Hollywood's like, your story's cool, but it doesn't translate well.
But
Yep,
you can't run with it though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I've been told that a lot, bro. Like from Hollywood, producers and stuff like that, and want to take my life story and like recently, I've kinked a lot too because it's like this shit fucking didn't happen. And dude, I'll tell you like one story. They wanted to have my wife's dad have like cancer and shit, and like the opening scene, I was supposed to be up on a rooftop doing hand to hand with a fucking Hodge, bro, and it was falling off the edge. I'm like, nah, we're done, dude. We're fucking done.
But it also it gives me sympathy for like Marcus Luttrell and people that, he did go through a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
It came out that the story's not really fully true.
yeah.
And it's because Hollywood was like, hey, we want recruiting numbers. We need to pump up recruiting for the Navy. We need Top Gun, right?
It's always about the Navy SEALs, bro. They're always getting their numbers pumped up. It's crazy.
But my whole thing is like the small shit like that. Like, why does he have to have cancer?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Like,
and he died. I'm like, this shit didn't even happen.
why like the pulling on the heartstrings for what? Like, you can make a story badass without doing like the extra shit.
Yeah.
Because people these people forget that like these are real people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like your
Hollywood doesn't
family
care
and your
about
wife's
that,
family, no, they don't. They don't. But
No.
your family and your wife's family now have to watch a movie
Yeah.
about like your wife, her dad dying of cancer when it didn't happen, and people are asking questions, and it's like, bro, you can't alter people's lives like that. This is a true story. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be.
Imagine the awkward moment when you leave because when you go to the red carpet, right? And people, who's this random guy with you? And you're like, oh, he's nobody.
That's the guy.
That's my father-in-law. Y'all didn't know that. Y'all know they did it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's Hollywood, bro. But I'm like, I'm not about like changing up Valorous awards and stuff. I think like to even get a Valorous award, like, bro, it's shit you have to go through. It's not like a guy popped up and he shot at me and I shot back and I got an award for valor for that. Like, that doesn't happen like that. And yeah, it's far from it, bro. Far from it. I think that was fucked up. Like, why lie about that or being shot or Purple Heart or whatever the hell he was talking about?
Because I'm sure he did enough cool shit that he didn't have to talk. Like, he didn't have to add that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You would think.
You do enough cool. Oh yeah, right. I mean, we don't know for real, but
like 2 deployments. I don't know. I heard 30 deployments, 20 deployments, but it turned out to be like 2 or something like that. And
I actually think it was 1.
That's crazy.
Nick, how many deployments?
That's not crazy. It's just like, I don't know. I think some people might feel like, I don't know. Maybe if I give Tim like the benefit of the doubt, man, like maybe he just is punch drunk, I don't know, man.
Yeah. How many deployments did you have?
6.
6. And that the one you talked about, that was the hardest one for you, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was right before I got out, the hardest one. Yeah.
That shit. How leaving, did it have any like effects that you didn't talk about with like Vlad or Sean Ryan? Like,
oh, bro, there's most of my deployments, we were averaging like 100 plus missions in 90 days, 120 days. I got like 500 plus missions under my belt, but I only remember like vividly like 10 of them, and
I always forget that how weird. So, and I don't want to say like it's weird, but in that era, regular Army was 12 months, and then sometimes they were holding units there for almost 18 months.
18 months, bro. Yeah.
And regiment was like 3 to 4, maybe 6, and they were gone,
6
they were back.
6 on a push, but you're in and you're out. You go there, you deploy, you come back home for 6 months, and like you only see your family 14 days out of the year, or before that deployment, then 14 days after that deployment. But you only get like 12 or something, and you're back home.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I want to make something clear to our audience, is that when you hear people talk about the duration of their time in service versus how many deployments that they did, if they're in a special operations unit, Ranger Regiment, SEAL, whatever. Like, it's not the same as what your cousin Steve said. When your cousin Steve
Yeah.
was like, I did 12-month rotations for every 12 months for 3 or 4 years or whatever. That's not the same as what everyone else did. That's
And
what,
I've never patrolled either. I've never patrolled anything. Everything we did was direct action. Like I've never done anything other than direct action, either being dropped off on the X right outside the door, or we're infilling like, I don't know, AK or something
You
like
said
that.
never. So all of your missions are direct action.
Yeah, I've never done a deployment or a mission where we're just like patrolling. I don't know, I can't comprehend it. I've never, ever. Our missions only lasted like max 8 hours. And then after that, we're back in our little, we used to live in these, sometimes a tent, but we had the
Kwanzaa huts.
containers. Yeah, the little shipping containers or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Shoes and whatnot. And yeah, I'd go back there, watch a movie, play Xbox, and jack off. You know what I mean? Like, in 62-degree fucking temps.
This man lost his fucking mind on here.
Yeah.
So okay, now so you spent your whole career doing you spent it playing offense.
Yeah, only defense I've ever played was on that last mission. Like
So-
all the other deployments, it felt like a one-sided firefight, bro. We were killing hundreds, sometimes over 1,000 guys a deployment, and that was like normal.
So do you think that the struggles getting out are different for guys who had to sit and play defense the whole time rather than y'all who got to play offense?
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I would say being on defense probably messes you up a little bit more. I would guess, like always being on your toes or on your heels for that matter. Like
There's
for us,
more rules.
Yeah,
That's not to say that they couldn't do things. It's just they have to really consider things more frequently, or not more rules, but they have to think about things more often.
Yeah, we didn't have like our rules of engagement were pretty at one particular time in a war. They were really lenient. Like in the beginning, early Iraq, bro, it was lenient. Like somebody out. So when you pull up to an objective and somebody has like a shovel or a cell phone out or a radio, like that was grounds for you can get killed for that. And like you shoot at us, it was you would get nothing's going to be left. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
In that. Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of came to me, right? That like guys who play offense, right? Like y'all had a whole list of fears, right? There's always that bit of fear in everything you do, right? And I just thought about how different the list of fears for the guys that play defense are, right? Because the guys who, you didn't have to patrol, the guys who are patrolling, the IED fear.
And they're doing it at daytime too. I never worked in daylight.
And see that, right? So it's got to be different. Like there's got to be a whole difference in offense players versus defense players.
Oh yeah.
In the trauma that you go through for it, right? And not one isn't worse or better than the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just different spectrums. Yeah.
It's very, very different, man. And I mean, I don't know why, but I never thought about it like that. Of like,
I never did either.
Differences. I think a really good analogy and this just kind of came to me for people that are familiar with policing, police forces, and things like that. You have
SWAT team.
Yeah, you have your beat cops and stuff like that. Then you have your detectives who are a little bit more specialized. And then you get special operations, and that's the SWAT team. Those are the guys that are only called in when they have to be called in. They don't do general operations. I mean, they might do both because you have volunteer services where there's a little bit of overlap. But generally speaking, broadly speaking, as far as Hollywood and how things are shown to you on TV, you have your standard beat cops who do patrols and clear buildings and go around and conduct, a little bit of recon. They don't do all of it, but they go out there and they say, hey, we were in this area. It looked like we had a building that might have had a lot of military-aged males going in and out. They send that intel back to a unit like Nick was in, or, either regiment or special operations or even another branch, right? Like MARSOC or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they say, hey guys, like this is the intel, here's the objective. You guys are going in there and you're gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And that, I think that might paint a better picture for people who don't really understand the military structure, even though that's not 1-to-1. Somebody's gonna misquote me and somebody's gonna be like, this dude does no fucking shit. But
The op tempo, I think op tempo like set everybody apart. Like our op tempo was really, really high. 120 missions in 90 days was like you're getting after it twice a night, 3 times a night. Yeah, it was a sick deployment. Sick. We killed a lot of people.
Yeah, man, and y'all, and I think the mindset was different too, right? Like,
yeah. We grew
like,
up on a
y'all wanted to go out and get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
wasn't like just you had to be of a different mind to be a part of them kind of units.
If
You know
you
what I'm
didn't want to
saying?
kill anybody back then, bro, you were in the wrong line of
Yeah,
work.
why are you here?
Wrong line.
And
I say that with like not being like crazy. It's just the nature of the beast back then,
Yeah.
And war's changed now. I want to say, I think it has. We do, I guess, mainly drone warfare and precision guided bombs and stuff like that, which I think is a good thing. I'd rather guys not. I don't know. I think you get burnt out too quick. You're more prone to injury, and when that ride stops, you're more prone to being mentally unstable, I guess.
so it also brings up kind of the philosophical debate. When everybody was talking about drone planes and stuff in the past, they're like, oh, when you remove pilots, then you don't have the decision maker. Now it's up to a computer and stuff. And now we're really like, we already have the robot dogs like Spot. We already have the quadcopters. We already have glide planes. We already have drones running missions with fighter
yeah, it's
jets.
a fucking Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really what it is.
We are
really
literally
what it is. It's a Call of Duty game.
Yeah, we are
You gotta
literally.
love it though.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it. I like some Call of Duty, man.
We just didn't know it would get here this quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're literally months. I mean, maybe years. But realistically, with the pace things are going, we are months away from robot boots on the ground somewhere. Like physical, like bipedal walking robots on the ground somewhere. And it kind of makes you wonder where, like, what will we stop at when
you can't put the cat back in the bag, bro. I think it's done. I think we just sit back and we just wait and see what happens, bro. I think it's not going to be. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't think our minds can fathom right now. The pace at which it's moving. I don't think we can fathom.
I feel like now that we've seen drones being used in real world application of war, that's that Pandora's box getting opened up. Because before we had planes and we had a bunch of cool shit, but now we're going into like nerdland, right?
Yeah,
it's like because who did you know in 2008 who like to go and fly planes and RC cars and shit,
right?
Those are the nerdy dudes. You like, man, stay the fuck over there. But now those dudes are invaluable.
Yeah,
because they can fly the fuck out of there, bro. I seen there's some Ukraine footage where now they're doing like netting everywhere to try and keep drones out of like foxholes and all types of shit. And these fucking pilots are able to thread the needle and weave through this netting to hit a target, bro. And them nerdy dudes, that's who's flying the fucking planes, man.
Yeah, catching bodies, bro. It's wild and it's terrifying.
Passing them the sticks. Yeah.
Man, I couldn't imagine going up against drones back when I was in. Like that's just hearing that. Yeah, that messed me up, man.
Because you see, like you can see footage again where like they're talking about seeing the drones, and in the footage you hear drones whizzing by. Bro, do you know how like mind-boggling that's got to be?
It's like shell shock back from like World War II era, World War I, and World War I they called it something else. Shell shock. Like the term for PTSD changes over
Yeah.
time. Like World War One, it was something. World War Two, shell shock, and Vietnam, they had their own their thing, and yeah, dude, I don't know. I wouldn't mind going to more like a robotic, but I just think I don't know. We're playing with some fire, bro. Like
It's gonna get bad, man.
it's sideways.
It's only gonna get worse.
I look at it in two ways, right? If you remove my family members from
Mhm.
the potential of harm, right? I view that as altogether it's a good.
Mhm.
But when you give the politicians the ability to just throw a bunch of robots at a problem,
Mhm.
where they're just going and either fighting a population or fighting a bunch of robots, and you're like, do we really need to do that? I mean, okay, let me backtrack 1 second to kind of paint a whole bigger picture about this, right?
Mhm.
We straight up sent B2s, right, on a fake mission out to the Pacific.
Yeah.
Then we sent B2s out east and
Yeah.
out into Iran and a sub, right? If we can reach out and touch you with aircraft and subs and other things without ever actually putting boots on the ground, that
Mhm.
strikes a lot of fear in
Yeah.
the public's heart, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially when we didn't do anything to fuck up your life. Like
Right.
we came to your country and we destroyed infrastructure without destroying your way of life. Imagine what we could do if we really
Scary.
wanted to wreck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like if you start sending robots over there, now the nuclear problem becomes a bigger problem because now you're not like nobody in the country is like, oh, my soldier, my airman, whatever, is in harm's way.
Mhm.
Now it's I'm in harm's way because you sent robots over there and now they want to launch a nuke at stateside US.
Mm.
Can we back up to the B2 mission?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause that shit was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk about what was it like 34 hours of flight time?
It was something.
Oh, it's
yeah.
It's 30-something hours. Yeah. Nonstop.
Bro,
Yeah.
Wild.
In a big loop. Yeah.
how crazy is some shit like that?
Bro, I got a little flight simulator game. You know what I mean? Like 30 minutes in, bro, I'm fucking cooked.
Bro, I can't drive the car for an hour.
Right? Yeah. Oh, get behind it.
You know what I'm
behind the
saying?
wheel.
Yep.
8-hour drives, I'm out, bro. I can't.
And these dudes flew 30 some hours.
And it's not like an airline where they can stand up and walk to the bathroom.
Right?
Yeah, bro, not to mention precision hitting exactly what they wanted to hit
Yep.
Yeah. Tom
And then-
Cruise.
and then flying right back.
Yep.
Tom Cruise, man. They stole that playbook right out of Top Gun and applied it. And the crazy thing was that me and my wife and my son, we had just watched that Top Gun. Where they do that mission. They put the guided bombs into the underground bunker thing and blow it up. But dude, that was like, and a couple of days after that's when he actually pulled off the mission. I'm like, man, this place is a simulation, bro. It has to be. It has to be, man.
Bro,
remember-
it's crazy to me, bro. Go ahead, Drew.
I was just gonna say I remember watching the movie and thinking like how unreal. I mean, not unrealistic
Right.
that it could never be done, but they made sure to not say names. They didn't say China. They didn't say Iran. They didn't say
Yes,
Russia. They
yeah.
were just like those guys over there with their fifth
Yeah.
jet fighters or whatever.
Yeah.
But for the fact that the whole thing about the F-14, right, that played out in the
Mhm.
movie,
Yeah.
and then that also happened in
Come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah. If we would have had a down pilot who would have really stolen an F-14,
Right.
I would just
Bro,
be
he
like,
would have
no.
had all the medals, dude.
Yeah.
All the medals of valor. He would have
Yep.
just racked them up.
Yep.
All of them.
I would just be like, nope, this is done. No, this
Yep.
this is definitely a simulation.
It's baffling to me. I also wanted to, because I'll backtrack a little bit more too, because Nick, me and you had a conversation about our ROEs like some weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And we talked about how people always say how we lost the GWAT,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about how if the ROEs stayed like they were, like when you were talking about in the
Oh,
beginning,
it'd have been a wrap, bro.
it would have been over with.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really understand that the ROEs made people question whether
Yeah.
they could do something because they didn't want to spend the rest of their life in prison.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. I was one of them. Heck yeah.
I
So
do.
You are-
can you just kind of fill us in on like what the ROE started as, and then
Yeah.
by the time you left, what they ended up
Oh
being?
man, yeah.
It,
I'll
and
say,
give us some
like,
perspective.
in the beginning, bro, it was the wild, wild west. Like, without getting too much into like detail, it was like the Wild West. It wasn't like go out there and murder anybody you wanted to. No, they had to like pose a threat, but it was a lot like that, you know. They posed a threat. If you feel that your life was in danger, or the coalition forces' lives were in danger, or an innocent person life was in danger, you had the obligation or right to like kill or eliminate a target. And that was like when we first went in. By the time I got out, bro, it was like a night and day difference. It was a lot of warning shots. Then you had the floodlights, and you had lasers, you had interpreters. Like, we couldn't, dude. It got to a really bad point. Like, we were used to, on a direct action, kicking in the door, putting a C4 charge on it, blowing it open, and it went down to like you stand on the outside and you have your interpreter there, and he would like call the people outside, which was like the dumbest thing
Yeah,
ever.
let them know everything.
Yeah, it got bad to that point, and you couldn't like, it was hard to drop ordnance, bombs, and stuff. Like, it got really, really bad by the time I got out. I'm not sure like if they were trying to wind down the war or still trying to win over the hearts and minds deal, but it was hard to kill, man. Like, or if it wasn't, and if you did kill or were like put in a position where you had to kill someone, you'd really second guess yourself, question yourself about like, you know.
Right.
You had
Right.
to be actively engaged at one point. A guy could have a weapon. You know, we weren't from the days of if there was a weapon inside the house, you know, or by a bedpost or anything like that, it was game on. But then it turned into like, well, now they're allowed to have a weapon.
And they knew that, right?
Yeah.
The enemy
played
knew
on-
that.
Yep.
Yeah, we play on them big time. We announced everything, bro. That
So
was America's problem back then. And
to add to the point of your question, Grimsy, if I want the entire audience, I want the whole world to hear what I'm about to say, because what I'm about to say, I really want people to think about this, right? Let's imagine that the United States is invaded by anybody. We're not going to assign any enemy, but let's say the United States is invaded. We're invaded. Somebody is occupying our territory for 20 plus years, depending on how long you want to talk about the scope of this operation is, right? Let's say they invade us, and then our corn farmers are popping off shots at these guys, and our factory workers and our, I don't know, swamp guys that are running airboat tours are popping off shots at, because you know the country still goes on, but we're fighting a war while the country goes on. What I want people to think about is whether or not they would view the enemy leaving as a true victory. Did you actually win that war? Because a lot of people like to say, oh, a bunch of goat farmers kicked you out of their country, but that's not, we left. Like we could have, if we really wanted to, we could have glassed that entire fucking country.
I know. Yeah.
Because you think about it, the whole point wasn't to take the country over.
Yeah.
Right? The
Regime
whole
change.
point was to get the people strong enough to be able to fight it, right? So they
It's
can
crazy.
have that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the Taliban now, and you know, are in control, and that shit's weird too. I don't know. I think I don't know. That's a weird one. We messed that one up. I don't think we killed enough of them. That's my opinion. I don't think we killed enough.
I saw somebody who was like, oh, we don't recognize the Taliban. We don't blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, anybody in the State Department, DOD, whatever, they can say that they don't recognize the Taliban as the leader of Afghanistan, right? But the fact of the matter is they're negotiating with the Taliban, which by default means they do recognize to an extent that they are in charge.
Yeah. Sure as hell ain't the people, man.
Yeah.
You can say they're not all you want, man. That's the reality is they are.
Yeah. I find that it's weird. It's sad too, man. Like the people in those countries, like they don't stand up for them. I'm not gonna say stand up for themselves. It's just I don't know, man. It's something up here that wasn't the way they were raised and brought up made them not question authority and want to go up against authority. It's sad to see, man. It's sad people live like that, you know?
I mean, it's the fear of death in a lot of countries.
Yeah.
You have dissidents from a lot of communist countries, and even just talking still about Afghanistan, right? The Terps, their family members are still in fear of being found out, hunted down, everything like that. So if your government or your military organization, whatever, can instill enough fear within the people of the boundary that you control, they're just not going to. They don't want to die, even if they're very patriotic, or even if they are like, oh, I'm more Western aligned, or I'm more this, or I'm more that. They still fear that government or that military force or whatever.
Yes. And it's real easy for people here to say like, oh, like if anything happened here, we're gonna fight.
Man, shit.
You first of all, like everybody got a plan so they get punched in the mouth, right?
Yeah.
If you've never been shot at, I've personally been shot at. Your mind doesn't register like you think it does.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I haven't been shot at like you've been shot at. You know what I'm saying? It's very different, but it's same, right? Your mind doesn't register like fucking Navy SEAL movies. Right? The first time that happens to you, you freeze. I froze.
I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what the fuck is that sound?
That's what it feels different because it's one of them things where you're in danger.
Yeah.
You know it. You can feel it, but you can't do anything about it. So when you think about people from here who are like, if we ever get invaded, we got all these guns, and you got to think about how many people are willing to actually die to fight for something. And
it's not enough.
It's not enough at all. It's not enough at all. And that's why, like, them people out there, they didn't have nearly enough people that were willing to fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you can't blame them because not everybody's built for that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not everybody's built for it. Some people are just good with following orders and staying alive and protecting their family.
And that's why the training, that the U.S. military and even some police forces and things like that get, there's a moment in time at which you go into that fog, but your training, your muscle memory takes over.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, you go over there and do this, go over there and do that. Somebody's leading you. Somebody's telling you what to do. There's no gang in the world. I mean, the cartel, maybe, but
no,
not really. But
no.
There's no gang in the world that can communicate and do things and coordinate like the logistics. That's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
The U.S. military is the biggest logistics company in the world. If we want to fuck you up, we are going to bring people to you and we are going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Side note, I love the people who are like, we don't want to deal with the cartels.
I'm telling you what, you start putting in some badass dudes, it's a different level of violence, man. Different level of violence.
My brother in Christ, there is nothing. And don't get me wrong, they got some shit, they know they know how to do certain things. There is absolutely nothing them boys can do with our guys. It's just not, it's different, man.
I think it'd be pretty quick too. I think it'd be pretty quick. Like I don't think it lasts long at all.
I fear the cartel for the same reason I fear a toddler with a gun.
Yeah, there you go.
Chaos and no direction.
Yep, there you go.
Yep. But finishing up, the ROEs, they fucked with y'all's head.
Big time, yeah.
So, when we talked about it, it was like that war would have been won in half the time, maybe even less than
way
that.
less than that. Yeah, I would think, bro, like about a it wasn't going to take long. Yeah, once the ROE and the presidents, then too much brass and higher ups got their nose involved and hands involved, and I don't know, it became a money thing or power thing, and you know,
Everyone's a good
It got
idea.
bad, man. Like you think about the Abby Gates situation, right? When you have a situation where you have eyes on the bomber,
Yeah,
and
back
you,
then,
and you have to wait for 10 levels of command to come back and tell you to do it. By the time anybody even got back to him, which I don't even think anybody did get back to him. By the time anybody got back to him, but he was gone, and he was gone, right? Let's say we go back to the ROEs from the start.
on the spot.
They're laying him the fuck out, and then everybody's good.
No questions. No calling up anybody. It's like, hey, there's a target right here. All right, what are you waiting for?
Why are you calling me?
Exactly.
The other part that goes along with that is that the Taliban had agreed to the timeline. So there was an expectation that everyone was going to be safe. The evacuees were going to be safe. The airbase was going to be safe. Everything was going to be safe, and people were going to be able to get out. So that whole thing was kind of almost a misdirect, right? Like they told us one thing, and then they did something.
But we goofy for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you gotta trust the snake that'll bite you. You know what I'm saying? The snake is gonna bite you. What says what have they ever shown us that says we can believe the word they've given us?
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
And these dudes
we played a dumb hand, man. We played a dumb hand.
Yeah.
Like dumb.
These dudes are wiping people outside of the wire, like right outside of the wire, bro. You know what I'm saying? Our guys are watching them, hurt civilians and women and kids and, just people who were working with us for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And the way we left is insane anyway. We don't even got to get in it because it's just so. But I always looked at people who threw in the face of like, oh, like you guys, we lost the GWAT. We didn't lose shit. I don't consider that a loss.
We just left.
We just left because you got to think about how many decks of cards got cleared.
Oh yeah,
that's a win. That's a win in itself.
Oh yeah, we cleared some cards out.
Some people who did not deserve to be here.
Yeah.
Left this earth on the count of us, right? I take it as a win.
We were scrimmaging against the JV, and then we were like, we could either keep stepping on your face or we can go and find a real opponent. Which, I mean, it's a dumb reason for Americans to die.
Yeah.
But the numbers are crazy. The numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
Like the amount of people that they lost versus what we lost, to say that we lost overall is stupid.
And I always said it was wrong for us we went for the wrong reasons, but we did some good shit over there though.
Yeah, we went over there. Bush was mad.
Bro, that shit
trying to kill my dad.
Oh shit, man. Drew, you got any? Because we went on a long ass tangent.
Oh no, I mean this is perfect for a palette episode, right? We're figuring out what we're doing. We're figuring out what the guest wants to do.
Perfect, Drew's driving the ship right now, man. Drew's driving the ship.
I mean, I'm kind of like I'm the like I said, for those that weren't here because we weren't recording it, I'm the commentator on the side. Grimsy is my guy, and Nick is the special. He's the guy that they bring on College Game Day to come and
there you go.
Yeah.
I'm like RG3 or something like that.
So
I
don't have to keep a tight hour. I know Nick, you got some family stuff going on. I saw a dog running in the background.
That's my little pit bull, man. What's up, buddy? Hell yeah.
No, I was just saying, did we have any what are the other questions?
Yeah. I know one off the top of my head. The others. What's your favorite firearm?
Who, me?
Overall, yeah.
AR. I'm keeping it simple now. Favorite.
platform?
You know what? I like this. Well, let's say AR. AR. If all around firearm, yeah, AR.
And just in general, like 5.56 or
5.56, AR. Keep it simple. Slap you a fucking sight on it, man. You know,
And go to fucking work.
Can't go wrong with it, man.
Go to
I do have
fucking
a
work.
nice.
as long as it cycles, as long as it puts rounds on target.
Yeah, bro. I like this. My SOCOM.
That's
That I like that too. I
that's
like
beautiful.
that.
This motherfucker casually, just here you go. Huh.
Got them lined up, bro. I got
I'm trying to figure out what I got
Motherfucker
close by.
here, man.
I got an antique over here.
Right? Just I mean, that's all you need.
Rifle. You
That's-
know,
Oh, this motherfucker here, man. That's
I got
all you
mine.
needed. That's all you needed to see from him, man. That's all you needed to see. That's all you needed to see, man. That to tell you who this motherfucker is, bro.
playing the.
Bro, make
I
me.
like quite a lot. This is a Zev, but yeah.
Dude, so everyone's like, everyone has such, it's almost like politics, right? Gun culture is like politics. Everyone's
Yeah.
got something that they're loyal to. Everyone's got something that they'll die for. They will not
Yeah.
stray from it. They're like, this is my platform. 1911, right? Won 2 world wars.
You're a
Cool.
1911 guy.
No. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm saying,
okay. Yeah.
I'm saying
Yeah,
these guys.
me. So like I don't even think I'm well versed enough to have an opinion on the best shit out there. Because like again,
There's so much though, bro. There's so much, and like I
Right.
don't keep it either. It's the gun culture. Like I get it, but you can go so far into that rabbit hole, and dude, you're picking out like you're picking hairs at this point, splitting hairs, and I'm like,
because I'm just now getting involved. I've had my carry for 4 or 5 years now,
Yeah.
and so I'm not well versed in the gun culture. So the only thing I could do favorite wise is I love the Glock. That's my bitch. The
can't
Glock
go wrong
20,
with it, bro.
the Glock 22 I've been carrying with me forever, man. That's my bitch, man. And
The
I
22?
gotta stick to it. Yeah.
I started off with the 22. Get a 20.
Word?
Get a 19. Get a Glock 19 or it's go like Glock like something smaller. The 22. Yeah, that's long, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the 40, isn't it? The 40.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I
I
had
think
that, bro.
I think the biggest thing for me is like, I don't got huge hands, but I got big hands.
Yeah.
So, a full size really works for me where compact doesn't, like, I just can't get around using compact. So
I used to be that. Yeah.
people tell me all the time, like, bro, this big ass gun, bro, you don't need to be carrying this. But it's like, bro, it's like I need it, man. I'm comfortable with it. And I think the best part or the most important part about your weapon is your comfortability with it.
Exactly, bro. Yeah.
Comfort and familiarity. Those are the only things.
Yeah.
that matter.
So
Exactly.
none of the other shit matters. You could have the coolest fucking, tactical
Yeah.
gun that you, but if you put it in my hands and I don't know what to do with it or I'm not used to it, it doesn't help me at all.
Yeah.
So I just stick to what I know. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I am, bro. I don't try to keep up with the firearms game. I keep it simple, bro. Simple. I know it worked for me when I was overseas, and I know it works now.
That's all, man. That's all. And
Before I ask you the next question, riddle me this, okay? M&P Shield 9 with Crimson Trace, right? Why? Okay, so I'm not going to point right at the camera, but you see how there's a static laser, right? And it's integrated.
Mm-hmm.
What's this?
That the blinking one.
Yeah, why?
I guess if you had to like shine it in their eyes, it could help disorient them. I don't know, bro. I think
What is the point? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I have light to get to that, but I don't know anything about the strobe laser. No.
Yeah, it doesn't cast light like a
Strobe
flashlight
light.
would, right?
a strobe laser. I seen a strobe like flashlight. I don't think I've ever seen a laser strobe like that.
Exactly.
No.
It's never made sense
Wow.
to me, but I love
know,
this thing.
My I think the biggest thing about me, bro, is I don't ever have to I don't fake the funk about anything, right?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about guns, so I got a lot of guys, in my corner that show me and tell me a whole lot of shit. But like, I can't get behind the like thinking and trying to prove to people that I know. I just tell people what I know, and that the biggest thing is use what the fuck you comfortable with. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how, you know, uncool the gun is.
Yeah.
Whatever you use that's comfortable for you, that you used to, that's what you should use. Because when it comes to firefight, if you're not comfortable with it, it's useless to you.
And this
Except the
paperweight.
P320, you guys should go and sell that, pawn it, get a new one.
You know what's great? I have one upstairs. Like I never got. I had the whole recall thing too.
The SIG
I have one
P320.
Yeah. I mean, I don't use it, but I still have one upstairs sitting there. Like, damn, I had no idea that it was that bad. But I had it got
give you
365.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. And
Yeah. I haven't shot myself in the femoral artery yet, so I keep my tourniquet with me at all times.
I saw someone posted a picture that they shot through their steering wheel, which
With what?
their 320. It NG'd on them and it went through the steering wheel. They didn't show anything else, so it didn't show if it went through the dash. But I mean, it was implied that it went through the dash.
Yeah, I don't mess with the 320, bro. No,
that shit is crazy to me. I don't like. First of all, I had no idea because I have a SIG, but it's the SP 2022, so I never had any issues with it.
Same. I never had any with my 365.
I didn't even know that those things happen until somebody sent me a video like, you got to see this. And you would think that they did it themselves, but not even touching
the recall letter and everything. Yeah, and talking about you can blow your shit off. But
I don't know how they came out of that one.
I don't even know why I even bought one. I think it was because of Navy SEALs or something. I saw Navy SEALs.
Yeah, the Army was trying for a while.
Oh, that's what. Yeah. Let me give this thing a shot, bro. But
I think it was actually Army CID is who originally had transitioned because they were trying to get away from the Beretta. And this is our era, what I'm talking about, like early mid 2000s. They were trying to move away from it. And CID was using SIG, and I think they were supposed to be a pilot program.
Yeah.
I would have to ask some other guys, but this is like off the cuff. I'm just remembering stuff. And
I remember the Army trying to like go for a contract to get them too. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, that's normal. You know, everybody, like I tell my wife all the time when I was at RTV, there were things that we did that we were like testing and prototyping things like as medics for the students. So we had like the immersion tables and you know, we were doing all kinds of things to try and treat heat casualties or prevent heat casualties and things like that. I'm like, there are things that I remember that have never, that I know of, made it to the market, at least not in the form that we tested them as. But I was like, a lot of them are great ideas. Could you imagine having a water trough filled with ice water at your football camp? It's 110 degrees out here right now. It's really hot as hell where you guys are too.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you're at football practice and you're able to just go and dunk your elbows in this table for a little bit and cool down? It's amazing.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it get widely adopted. And that's kind of the same thing with everything that the military does. They'll test something, they'll give SOCOM, you know, hey, we got this thing, go and try this out. Let us know your thoughts. Then you get feedback and then you never get the new thing. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
So I got a question for y'all. I know the weapons themselves are issued, right? But do conventional units, do they have a choice on what they can put on their weapons?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's it. That's been back and forth over the years. I don't know what it is now.
But like, I'm just when y'all were in, because
when I was in, the only thing we could do was like sniper weapons or sniper systems. We could like semi personalize them, but nothing crazy. You know, you could throw on a Magpul stock on, you know, something that was like your standard SR-25 butt stock. You would throw a Magpul on there or something. And
it flip-flopped all the time. And I was a medic, so
what's the I'm trying to figure out like the reasoning behind it, right? Because you know, kind of like what we was talking about before of like, you want something you're comfortable with. Is it more along the lines of like, we need to keep it uniform throughout?
I think so, yeah. I think it's uniformity and like liability, maybe. Like you don't want to.
Yeah,
you know, Yeah.
I can't say for certain that it's liability, but as soon as you said that word, that was like the light bulb went off. Like if they're like, hey, your soldier was killed because he wasn't using the right buttstock on his rifle, that
Yeah.
it looks terrible on the Army.
Then you don't get that whatever payout they give. Yeah,
Yep.
they're always for a reason to stipe you on that. You know.
But yeah, it seemed to have flip flopped during at least the early GWAT era. I know for sure, like during Desert Storm Day, because my uncle has stories or had stories. He passed away, but yeah, there were a lot of things that like today it's one thing and tomorrow it's different.
Yeah.
You know, today it's do whatever you want. Tomorrow you can't do that because that's now considered a war trophy. You know, like it's stupid.
Yeah.
But no, so going back talking about questions and stuff real quick. I've had and like I said, I think we brought this up at the beginning of the episode. We've had comments nonstop on He's Wrong, She's Right regarding both. So I had just a short. We never did a full episode about this, but I dug up some stuff about Sean Ryan. I've got some guys in PD in Florida that have looked into it, and we like kind of let it die because the short didn't take off, and I wasn't really going to pursue it. So there were two arrests. And Sean's addressed one, not the other. Whatever. I'm not really trying to follow that path, but that video and then the two clips of you, the two shorts that we posted of you, have just gone on their own. Just they have their own. People don't even watch the full video. They don't watch the full episode.
Yeah.
People are asking me nonstop why you mentioned, or I don't even know what context of this. I don't know where they got this from, but apparently at some point in time, you addressed the trope of a 50 cal ripping people's skin off. Just passes by.
Yeah, dude, I'm like one. I don't know. Like, going back in my mind, I was a 50 cal gunner way back in my career. First person I ever shot was with the 50 cal on the Madus.
Yeah.
On strikers and whatnot. And I shot more people with the 50 cal than I did with my SR-25. Like, fact. You can ask any of my guys. From my point of view perspective, whether it was on an RWS or free gunning of 50 cal, like, bro, I'm putting a 9-round burst in something and I'm seeing shit pop off. And I know I think that I'm not putting every single round on a target and shit happens. You know what I mean? Like, from my perspective, I know all rounds do not hit, but I was shooting the fuck out of people and an arm popped off or fucking, like, I have documented. I have more kills with a 50 cal than with an SR-25. But then I'm also like, I don't really, like, that's the first time I ever, like, I guess, addressed it because I don't really care. I don't get into the shenanigans of like, oh, why would he say it? One, fuck your little, like, oh, your nomenclature was off. I don't care. You know what I mean? How many guys have you shot with the 50? And the stories that I do tell, there's 100 more that my guys could tell of me. I just don't talk about it, you know? And yeah, I've slung with the best of them. I don't really get too caught up on nomenclature stuff. And if that like got your two-way panties up in a bunch, what are you gonna do? You know, either suck my dick or fight me. You know, you don't want to do either one.
First shirt idea.
Oh shit! I just want to just preface, like, I'm not laughing at what's happening to people, but just the way he's explaining it is fucking killing me. And I know I'm gonna get some shit for what I'm laughing at, but my man, you just I shot the shit out of some people, and bro, and shit like that. It makes me laugh, and I know I'm gonna catch some flack for laughing at shit like that. But it's fucking funny.
Bro, I show you a text message. I don't know if you can read text messages on here. And we cannot like post this message up.
Yeah, if you just want to read it, you don't show your whole screen.
Yeah, we can't even like what's about to happen. I can't have out.
Oh, okay. Like, this is one of them moments of like this.
One of the moments of like,
yeah.
oh, the 50 cal story or whatever. All right, so I don't know if you guys can.
Hold on. Before you show it, pull back. For those of you that want to see this, go follow Grimsy and Nick on X, and maybe they'll release it. I'm
Right.
not holding them to it, but I'm telling you to go follow them.
See anything on there?
Hell no, it looks like I'm getting flashbanged.
Yeah, it's all white. It's just not focusing on it.
Really?
If you want to
What
send
if
the
I
screenshot,
check
if you want to send the screenshot, I can show it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Let
no,
me
send
see
it,
this
send it,
shot.
send it to me. Send it to me, and I'll
Hey, this stays
the back
fucking.
camera. Hey, this right here.
Let me read it, bro. Let me read it.
Okay.
Let me just read it.
Is this
Just
going
read
to
it.
stay in,
Just
or are we
read it.
cutting this?
No, we gotta cut this.
I'll tell you which parts to cut out.
Okay.
Bro, we have to talk. Even if it's just a touch point, boom, boom. I've always respected and appreciated you, Nick. Hell, you were my striker driver in Mosul when I got shot after blank name got blown up when we hit an IED in week 1. And this is the part we got to cut out. Like, when I talk about I was killing, bro, and I forget about half this shit, this is one thing that I meant. We cannot put this, bro.
It's not in.
All right. Stories that don't come out. So I'm like, I don't get into like the nitpick stuff, man. We could talk about from killing people with a 50 cal with the, I don't.
No, I completely
I didn't
understand.
carry around grenades, bro. But I mean, goddamn, you know what I mean?
I jokingly tell people when they're like, the stupid question that people ask, like, and this is like, I actually feel like this doesn't really happen anymore. You used to hear about this question, right? How many people
Which
did you
one?
kill, or did you kill anyone?
Yeah.
Like those Vietnam era questions. That doesn't really happen anymore. But like,
What do you mean? With Vietnam guys?
No,
They
I'm
get
saying,
asked it?
yeah. So like they would ask, oh, how many people did you kill, or did you kill anyone? I generally don't think I've heard a lot of people ask that, but so because I was a medic, I tell people, oh yeah, I killed a lot of people. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I took them off life support because I did.
You did?
I mean, technically, I was told by a doctor to take them off life support. So technically I killed them. And they're like, that's not what I asked. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I killed them.
I mean, it is.
That
I
is
mean,
that, bro.
I don't know. I always took it as like I've got some guys that have served, and if I'm comfortable enough, I'll ask you. But I guess it's always been that whole stigma of like, it's probably not a question you should ask somebody.
Yeah.
It's a stigma thing, but like I'm open about it. I've always been open about it. And to be honest, like I don't even remember doing what my guy said I did. I don't remember that shit at all happening. But I vaguely did like a little bit, but that shit was happening all the fucking time, And the only time I ever kept track was the Reaper 33 story. And if the real story, not the real story, but like, was it 33? Dude, it's more. There's a flag, a U.S. flag of one of my guys. I signed my name on it, like your deployment flag. And he's like, dude, put how many kills you have on this deployment under your name. And the number's higher than fucking 33, bro. And, that was like midway through the deployment. You can read one of my awards, and I swacked like fucking 12, 15 dudes in one night. So the 33 thing, if there's anything that I've I don't know.
Yeah, people in my comments and mentions and stuff over the last, I don't know, 6
I'm a
months or so.
Freemason, bro. That's what it is.
Yeah, the people in my comments and mentions are like, "Oh, Nick is lying," and I'm like, "Can you like provide me with information on what you
Dude,
think he's
I've
lying
been
about?"
told since I want to say the first book that I wrote before it got picked up by St. Martin's, but I'm like, the guys who I deployed with come to my book signings. Yeah, I'm still in the little communities on. I don't even have Facebook like that. I'm not on Facebook like that, but still a part of those communities and whatnot. I have guys who still come over to my house, and if I was on that level of like, oh, this guy's like, where did my wife make up her whole thing of coming to an award ceremony too, and like that was all a lie. The awards, the Valorous Awards, that was a lie. Fuck out of here, I think most of those guys are like, one, I don't really care, my time's up anyways, but like, I don't know.
You get these people that they catch a little whiff of something that aligns with their beliefs, right?
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, you'll have those guys, man, that like they might not like me for whatever particular reason. I don't know. You know, I'm not out here to try to make the world's most amount of friends or whatever. You know, I was born by myself. I'm going to die by myself. There's only one person in that casket at the end of the day. But I think some people just may not like me for whatever, man. And they'll like nitpick and nitpick. I can do that with anybody's life. Nitpick every fucking word someone says and like find holes. And it is the way it is. I don't have a script when I
feel like with anything though, there's always gonna be people that say he's lying.
Yeah.
You know, it's with anything.
Ever in public, ever, and hundreds of people, if not over 1,000 people, I don't know, come to a book signing. Never had anyone from my guys or anyone that attends these things, you know, have ever come up to me and been like, hey, or talk shit. I think most of it's just reserved for online banter or whatnot. But I think like at the end of the day, if only what they knew, if they knew what I knew, that online banter like kind of like.
I also think that there's a part of it.
What were you gonna say, motherfucker? What were you gonna say, motherfucker? I've seen it in you. Go ahead, Drew. My bad. Go ahead.
I you know, like how the idea has been floated around X to put like a flag, the country flag, where the person is active at.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if these social media platforms, they don't want to do it because it'll ruin their bottom line, right? Because interaction, engagement. Yeah. If Andrew, Grimsey, Nick, and all the randos on the internet all have USA on there, we take it a little bit more seriously because now you might be anonymous, but I know you're in America. So now I'm like, okay, do you really want to have a debate or an argument? But if
I've never met one in real life, bro. Only on X. It's like the only time.
But if that person showed up and they had a flag that said China or Russia or Iran or Bolivia, right? You'd be like, shut up, dude. I don't care what you have to say.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm probably still gonna sit there and talk shit. It don't give a fuck where you at.
I do. It depends on what I don't know. It depends on where I'm at mentally, but like during that moment, I've never met a real life hater. I've never met one outside of X. I don't know. I don't know. I've never met one. Never met one.
So there's a line that Jim Harbaugh always used to use when he was coaching in Michigan, and it was something to the effect of, meet each day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. And I try to do that. So I actively, when my wife or somebody's like, oh, so and so hates you, I will go and approach that person and be like, hey man, what's up? Like like you're a great person, and I will make them like me.
Oh, you're different, bro. I just don't.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck at all, man. I don't listen. I always get a lot of these comments, in all the videos that I post of like, oh, he thinks he's tough or he's not tough, bro. I'm way too old to give a fuck about being tough, bro.
Right.
I'm the type of person that if I can avoid it, I will. But I answer every call, and I haven't had to answer any type of calls like that, like in the street, in real life, or like just kind of like you. I haven't had somebody come up to me and like say they want to do something to me that they did say that they were going to do on the.
I've never had anyone come up and talk shit ever. It's always met with a handshake, and the dudes who are normally like that, they're like timid to be around me, and
they don't gotta ask if you tough, motherfucker.
I'm not worried, but no, I'm not even saying that. I'm normally a chill guy, but I think I know me too. My wife knows me. Like in public, without the podcast cameras on, I'm not that guy, man. Like I will fuck you up in real life and have no issue doing it. That's I'm 100%.
Oh shit, man!
I'm not too much like far removed from the environment, not the environment, but I've always been this guy. Like I've always been expelled, suspended. I like to fight. I like to fuck people up, and yeah, I don't run my mouth or anything like that. I don't instigate stuff. Depends. If I really don't like you, I'll fucking poke at you. But yeah, I don't. No.
Yeah.
Oh, I really fucked
I
something
think the internet has given people such a free space
up. Mhm.
to run their mouth without any repercussions. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
It used to be like, as long as you can take being punched in the mouth, you can say whatever you want.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you're the type of person that runs your mouth and you expect to be punched in it
Yeah.
and you continue to run your mouth, see, you deserve that right to run your
Yeah.
fucking mouth. Because I mean,
Yeah.
you know what comes
You
behind
know what's
that,
gonna
right?
happen next, though. Yeah.
Exactly. You know what's happening. But I don't think enough people have ever been punched in the face.
No.
Right.
It shows a lot on the internet, bro. But I chalk it up to like, I don't know, man. Like different era.
I got a broken
Fair.
jaw, broken nose from being punched in the face.
Oh yeah, I got some broken knuckles
I know what it's like.
from punching people in the face. yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just I don't know, man. I don't know when it became like the whole. I mean, it's probably going on forever at this point.
Yeah.
But like, that's why like I don't take anybody serious. You know,
No, man.
I'm a fucking troll. I'm gonna run my mouth
Yeah.
all day as long.
Some people thought I was trolling about the 50 cal thing. And I was like, I might run with that. I don't know, depending on if I'm high or not.
There are always people. So if somebody likes you and somebody's on your side, they're like, I know exactly what he's doing. I know what Nick was doing.
yeah.
He is playing the meme, and you guys.
Sometimes do I troll? Hell yeah. Do I? I'm not. I don't admit anything though. It defeats the whole purpose of the troll.
Yep.
You know, I like the engage. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know. You can make enough people talk to where you don't really have to, man. And they do all your motion for you.
It really comes down. It really comes down to like, how high is your not give a fuck a meter, right?
Yep.
And I get asked a lot because I get a lot of hate. I get a lot of hate, and they'd be like, "How do you deal with that?"
I say, how do you sleep at night though? Right.
Right. Like I literally and honestly don't give a fuck at all.
Right.
I don't care for real. You gotta understand, like, bro, I had the best days at the lunch table. You know what I'm saying? I rose with it. I've heard every joke. I've heard every threat. I don't give a fuck. You're gonna have to put your hands on me.
Yep.
You're gonna have to put your hands on me to find out.
Yep.
I don't care about words. I don't care what y'all talk about. And whether I'm the type of person, whether I win or lose is irrelevant. You leaving here with something.
Oh yeah. I'm like, you at least know I showed up to the party.
That's it. You gonna feel something. Me and you are waking up with something, right?
Yeah.
I had a buddy.
I don't give a, that's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck about online. So if you're gonna be online, you have to learn how to have that not give a fuck a meter real high.
And then so then
it's just how it goes.
You also have the man law, right? Like you get into a fight and you conclude that fight, and then at the end of the day, you either shake hands or go your other way, whatever. I had a buddy of mine that played in the NFL.
I'm a bully, bro. After I win that, every time I see you, I'm gonna rub it in your fucking face, bitch.
That's not how that shit works. At least in my opinion. I had a lot of people around me that if they lost, they fight you every time they see you until they win. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it's different, especially now. Like now there is no fights, right? Because if we fight and I beat you, you don't want to fight me no more. You want to kill me because phones. Yep. If you get recorded getting your ass whooped, it's over with for you forever.
See, that's the thing, though. You gotta kill the people with the phones after you. No, I don't do that.
Leave.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
I didn't say that. No.
He didn't say that at all. That's not. He kill him with kindness is what he said.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what he's talking about. You know, just get the phones out the way. But I don't. It's very different for now, man. It's different now because nobody I have around in my circle, like me, if I'm the type of person, if we fight, it is what it is. I'm leaving it there. But the people around me are not like that. Every time we see each other, we gotta fight until it's every single time. I wish it could be like that. You know, we fight, we shake hands, and it's over with. It's just, at least in my experience, it's not reality.
Yeah, you got to stomp there. You got to stomp them out.
So I had a
Yeah,
buddy-
it's gotta be bad.
I had a buddy that played for the Steelers. He was he wasn't on like the active roster. He was a practice squad member, which I don't know if you guys know this, but they make a shitload of money. He was making, this was 15 years ago, he was making $350,000 to get his ass beat, basically.
Damn.
Yeah. So we went out for my birthday. My birthday's
Sound like a
Christmas
good
Eve.
deal though.
Yeah.
We went out for my birthday, which was Christmas Eve, and we went out around Notre Dame to the bars and stuff around that area because that's where I'm from. And we all got drunk, you know, Ubered back, or I don't think we had Uber at the time, cabs or whatever. Went back to my house. There was like 6 of us. There were a couple of girls. We were all hanging out drinking. And I went back to my room because this was my house that we went to. And I went back to my room. I went to the bathroom, and then I laid in bed and I just passed out. He pulled me out of the bed and was like dragging me on the carpet. So I had like rug burn on my arms and shit. And I got up, I was pissed. I threw him into a wall. We got into a full-blown fist fight. I mean, like bruises, broken bones, everything like that. I woke up the next, like, I ended up fighting three of them. I didn't win, but they didn't win either, in my opinion.
Yeah. I've been in a couple of those, bro. Range Battalion, bro.
So
you
finally,
get blacked out.
Yeah, finally they were like, all right, they 3 of the 6 guys ended up staying at the house. I went back to bed after this. I woke up in the bed, or in my bed, I had a big knot on the back of my head. I was bleeding everywhere, bleeding all over my sheets and shit. I woke up and I was like, what the fuck? Because I remember part of it, but part of it, like, it felt like a dream because I was so fucking wasted.
You're drinking.
And, I wake up to like 10 text messages from him, right? And he's like, hey man, I hope we're still good. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? He's like, you went to sleep and I didn't want you to go to sleep. Like,
Bro,
what kind of fucking fight is that?
Many a times in Ranger Battalion, bro. Many a times. Not many, like a couple of times.
But I mean, like, this is a dude, at the time I was probably like 215, 210, something like that. And he was like, he was a couple inches shorter than me, and he's like 230, 240. I mean, like, he played linebacker. Big dude, right?
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, he legitimately, if he wanted to, in that moment, he probably could have whooped my ass because there's no way he drank as much as me. I was fucked up, and I was just, every time they would knock me down, tell me to stay down, I was getting back up. It was that whole like, this is a moment when I wish there was a recording, but I probably would have also looked like a drunk idiot. It was like the golf video.
That
I would have been the guy that was getting up and kept trying to fight. Even though I didn't instigate that fight, but you know what I'm saying? Like the guy that kept getting thrown around, like that was me in that moment.
Yeah.
I wanted more. You drug me out of my bed. Let's go.
I've never been in that situation. No. I used to get fucked up though. That's why I cut it, bro. I had to stop, man.
Yep.
How long has it been since you stopped drinking?
2000 and, well, since my son was born, like 2000, well, a little bit after that, 2018, like full blown. Started off in 2016, had a little relapse, if you want to call it that. And then 2018 is when fucking November, around that time, 2018.
Yeah, it's been a couple years that I stopped drinking.
Yeah.
I know it for some reason, I don't know what it is about alcohol, but it shocks people to hear that you don't drink.
Oh, you had that
It's
stage. You're at that stage, where the people are like, "What? You don't drink?" Yeah.
It's a question of like every single time, and it fucks with me because I'm like, do I look like a drunk to you? Like, do I look like somebody that it shocks you that I don't drink? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't drink. Like, what is the stereotypes that I'm under that is shocking to people that I don't drink? Right?
I think in
some people get mad about it.
Everybody does it.
Yeah. In your situation specifically, though, if you explain to people that you're in the gym and you're trying to get right, like physically, mentally, and everything, people are like, oh, and then they're on your side.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just a casual,
I feel that.
Yeah,
I feel that. I guess. I mean, my my reason for not drinking anymore is I mean, it's similar to everybody else's. In my situation, I don't like the taste of alcohol, right? I really don't. There's not a drink out there that I like. I just like to get fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you know, I drink a lot in a very short amount of time, and then I'm good. Because if I drag it out,
you're gonna hate it.
I hate it. I hate every second of it. So I got to drink a lot in a very short amount of time, and that's where a lot of the issues came from. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What was it that had you? So what was it exactly that had you be like, yeah, I'm done with this shit?
It was violent, man. It was violent. Yeah, just violent. Yeah, just violent. That's
so now was there anything that was like friends, random
everybody,
people?
Everybody.
Yeah, that's where it starts to get a little,
everybody.
A little touchy at that point.
I don't have. Yeah, everybody, bro. Family.
Now that I've been called out.
What?
Today. I'm starting today.
What happened?
No.
Oh, he's gonna stop drinking today.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bro.
Today.
Teach your own. I just think, teach your own, man. Teach your own, bro.
It's a
smoke some lettuce.
Smoke.
No, I'm saying it right here. I'm committing to it right here.
No shit, we gotta commit.
You got that shit, man.
Hell yeah.
Drink a bunch of water. Like, no joke. Drink water.
And I do. And that's part of the problem for me. So I'm kind of the opposite of you. I almost said your real name, Grimsy. I'm kind of the opposite of you. Like there are things that I found that I do like the taste of. And that makes it worse because now I want more.
Yep. And then before you know it, you are balls deep, bro.
Yep.
That's the hardest part. It's like I knocked them bitches back so fast that by the time it catches up, I'm too far gone. And you know what I'm saying? I don't know how far it is. So it's just it's over with.
That shit's wild, bro. Yeah.
So and I didn't have a problem. You know what I'm saying?
I had a problem, bro. I had a legit problem.
And see, that's the thing. I didn't have a problem. I was just one day I woke up and I was like, I don't really want to drink no more. Right.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It wasn't like, you know, something bad happened or I was violent or I drink and drive. Or I just woke up one day and I was like, I don't really feel like drinking no more.
And
I just didn't drink no more. You know what I'm saying?
People get so mad if you say that you could do that. Like, if you have the willpower to do it, you must not have really had a problem. No, just some people can really just do that.
Yeah, my grandparents were like that, bro. Yeah. Both my grandparents, they just flat out one day woke up and they used to drink moonshine and homemade moonshine and stuff. Yeah. And
moonshine is crazy.
They had it bad, bro. But they just woke up one day and was like, I quit. Some people can do it, man. Some people can do it. Good luck, man. Good luck. Don't go to the hospital over it, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how far gone you are at it, but yeah, bro, I had to do the whole.
You get right.
Oh, okay. So it's not to that point.
No.
Yeah, I don't know, because like for people that are too far gone, because I think you could die from that.
Yes, you can, bro. Yeah. Yep.
You could die from just stopping. You know what I'm saying? When it's to that point, which is kind of crazy, right?
Like you're at that point, though, bro.
No.
Okay.
And for anybody that's in that position, B2, vitamin B2.
Yep. I heard about that. Multivitamins too. That little vitamin pack thing. I forget what it's. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I literally just saw the name. It's like Monster, not Monster.
I don't know.
There used to be like a pack. It was like a bunch of separate or different like pills. They were different.
Oh, B2 being a big thing in there. Yeah. Vitamins B2 and bro. Because you flush all your vitamins out, all your nutrients and shit, and
it's fucked up when you really think about it. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
It really is fucked up what it does to you.
Yep.
Yeah, it is, bro.
We willingly do all the fucking time to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like you're literally
making him feel fucking terrible, man. You're making him feel bad.
He'll be all right. Motherfucker be all right. He'll be good.
I need the pressure. So I got two, or I got one more. I guess it's kind of a long comment, but it's also a question. And then I have a small request from both of you. So I don't want to say the coach's name, and I don't want to. I'll say the team, but I don't want to say the coach's name because I don't. He's in Marsoc, so we'll leave it at that. But this is a comment that somebody left, and it's kind of a question for Nick, but it's a comment, not a question. I did 20 years in the military. I would ask if he feels betrayed at all the government about why the fuck, all caps, we spent countless dollar signs, and lies about why we were there. Quote, freedom, get fucked. We protected poppy fields. There were no WMDs. Oh, and they didn't do 9/11. Oh, and if he has any theories as to what country really got us into this mess, if you know, you know. I'm reading you verbatim what the comment was. I'm not like being stupid.
Oh, yeah.
That shit, just watching Nick's face, some of that shit really peaked.
Yeah.
Some of that shit really peaked to him. Some of the keywords in there really peaked.
I don't know what it like. I don't know, man. Like, I guess you could say the question part of it. What was the question part of it?
Do you feel betrayed?
Do I feel betrayed? Not anymore. No, not anymore. Not anymore. Like, what are we gonna do about it? You know what I mean? Even if it was all a lie and all for money, like, what are we gonna do about it at this point? We've talked about it enough, cried about it enough, and I think that's where it sits, man. Like, what are we gonna do about it? Talk about it more, get mad about it more. You can only get mad. I'm gonna tell you, I can only get mad for so long and stay like that. If we're gonna do something, let's do it. If not, then bottle that shit up, I guess, man. I don't know. But I also feel like, and the whole like 9/11 thing, I'm not even going to get on that topic. But if you know, I guess, I think it's two countries.
How long did you feel betrayed before it finally kicked in of like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, there's nothing I can do about it now.
Like recently, bro, like within the last year or two. Yeah.
Oh shit. So it's so you carried that with you for a long time.
Yeah, like and like anniversaries and stuff mainly. And like depends on the time of day, man. Depends on the time of day. Some days I'm like, man, I guess you could say I get upset. I don't get upset, I just realize stuff. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that was bullshit. Or this was bullshit. But like, I can't do anything about it. I literally can't do anything about it now.
I look at it, and this is going to sound horrible, and the soundbite's going to be horrific if somebody wants to use it. But the advantage that we have over our enemies, like our real foreign enemies, is that we have a lot of fucking practice.
A lot of what?
A lot of practice.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But we lost a lot of people practicing, right? Like, but we know what works. We've been there. We know guys. We are those guys who have been boots on the ground, who have the experience, who are going to lead the next mission, the next war, the next conflict, whatever you want to call it. And that only comes on the heels of all of the people who were out there fighting those wars or those conflicts why were we there? I don't know. But
poppy has something to do with it though. Yeah, the poppy field, opium trade. Yeah, that was yeah.
But I mean, it's a really conflicting thing. Like, if you really think about it from a national defense standpoint, right? Like, we have guys that are experienced. Do you really want to come here and fuck with us? Because we have those guys.
Yeah.
Another side note. How much experience do you think we've lost in the military due to like woke bullshit and like the ROE situation and it being soft?
Probably a few. You lost a few guys. that I served with got out, and yeah, but that knowledge is still there, though. You know.
Yeah, I would say that the gap realistically occurred kind of in the middle, because you had your senior enlisted and ranking officers who stayed and maintained through COVID. Then you have kind of the junior and senior NCO ranks that had the opportunity to get out early retirement or were forced out because they wouldn't take the vaccine or whatever. And then you had the guys that were coming up underneath them who didn't really do either. So you still have experience and knowledge. Like it didn't happen long enough to really kill the knowledge and experience. It put a dent in it.
Yeah.
It didn't kill it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still harmful. It would have been harmful short term for sure. But we would have learned, we would have fixed it really quickly, because there's no real war or conflict that a disease, whether real or not, would have stopped us from executing, right? Like they might have made adjustments and been like, let's mitigate like losing guys for stupidity. And would have been like, we only want to lose guys that we don't want to lose guys, but we don't want to lose guys in a way that we can prevent. And that's whether or not it's real or not, it's something that we can prevent, right?
Yeah.
So you can't prevent somebody from standing in front of you and pop you in the head, but you can prevent or mitigate. I wouldn't even call it prevent. You can mitigate transmission, right? Just like you can in a STD. You can be like, I'm gonna throw on a condom because I want to get AIDS, right?
Yeah.
Whether or not it's real or not, let's deal with that in the future. But right now we're fighting these people, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's I don't know. It didn't. In my opinion, it was stupid, but it didn't last long enough to really put a dent in what we are capable of. My opinion.
No, I agree. Yeah.
I guess that shit kind of comes back to like the whole. Did the amount of decks that y'all knocked off, did it help with any of that betrayal y'all felt?
No.
No.
We killed a lot of people. A lot of people, over 1,000. Oh, the numbers on the internet. We killed a lot of fucking people, and like I don't feel any like change of or anything. I don't know.
I mean, as far as like, I guess when I hear a lot of servicemen talk about it, it's more of like the whole, we took a lot of evil off this world.
Yeah. They're still evil, man. They're still evil. You know what I mean? Like, can't kill it all. It's gotta. Yeah. I don't even. Bro, to be honest, I don't even like think about the closest I get to thinking about military shit nowadays is like when I play Call of Duty, and like I like Call of Duty, bro. I don't even like think about, and I forget most of the shit that, like the text message or whatever, which we're not going to talk about. We're not going to put.
Period. Yeah. At all.
It happens, and then but I don't remember like 90% of the shit. I don't remember most of it, man. I don't think about it anymore. My life is, I fill it up with, I think some guys, man, I don't know, they can let that life take control over their entire life, and they're always fucking, hold on once. What are you doing, boy? Go upstairs, man.
That's what I was waving at.
Oh, I didn't even see his little head back there. But I'm like,
I'll blur him out for you. So
you're good. Appreciate it. I'm like, man, there's like so much shit that I have. I'm not saying like so much shit that I have going on, but I do a lot of other stuff now that I don't have to worry about that stuff or think about it. And like, bro, I'd rather be known as like an author than anything else. You know what I mean? I kill hundreds of people on Call of Duty nightly, bro. Not nightly, but like once a week, I'll fucking drop a 40 bomb, on Call of Duty.
Now you're gonna make me get Call of Duty, man.
That's
Now we're gonna have to run a
Don't
couple
get it,
games, man. We're gonna have to
don't
run
get
a
it.
couple.
Don't get it. Don't get it. It's too many cheaters on there, bro. Too many hackers,
You're
man.
not wrong. You're
Yeah,
not wrong
but
at all. I haven't played
that's
Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 15, man.
oh wow. So
Yeah,
you're
like the 2015 version of it, man.
yeah.
I think
That's
Black
when it
Ops,
was.
Black Ops 3 was my last one.
I'm on Black Ops 6 now. I was gonna drop wait till the Black Ops 7 comes out, but I don't think I'm gonna get that one.
Are they
though.
still really? They're still really doing Black Ops?
Bro, I'm on Black
Oh
Ops
my
6 now.
gosh.
That fucking
Yeah.
man, that game took a turn for the worse, man. I can't
did,
get
bro. It
behind
I
it.
played for zombies. I was the zombies guy. Call of
I
Duty
like the
Zombies
song.
was-
Yeah. It's like my son.
I was
He's like,
I was a search and destroy kind of dude for that. You know what I'm
fucking hate
saying?
Search and Destroy, bro.
Come on, man. Come
Yeah,
on, man. Don't downplay my shit, man.
You can't.
My
Yeah, I'm
shit.
always losing. That's why I'll search. and
Oh,
Destroy.
okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
Like
sense.
I hate it because I suck at it. You
Yo,
know?
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. Ain't no respawns in that one.
Yep. That's why I hate it, bro. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I'm like, I don't know, like the military stuff, man. I'm it is what it is, man. I try not to even like think about it or get caught up in that too much anymore. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I don't know, man. We're dinosaurs now, bro. We're dinosaurs, man.
Yep.
You know, I just want to write my fucking fiction books. It's pretty much it, you know?
Simple life now, man.
Yeah.
I wish I knew how to read. I'm just kidding.
Oh, Audible, bro. Audible.
Hell yeah. They got things for that now.
Yeah. Well, the last request I have for you guys, because I've got some guys that are my 9-year-old's coach. They know who you guys are. I promised them I would get a little shout out, a little motivation.
Shout out.
Yeah. This is the what are they called? The Topsail Pirates 10U Gold Team. Can I get a shout out?
You got to repeat that whole.
Yeah, I
name
was
again.
just gonna say you're gonna have to. That's gotta get burned into my brain. Go ahead.
The Topsail Sail is how it looks. Topsail Pirates 10U Gold.
The top
So-
soul.
Yeah, Topsail Pirates 10U 10 and under Gold Team.
Oh, say it again. Say Topsail.
Bro, my ears, I can't wrap it
No,
around my fucking
see,
brain.
in my opinion, I love content like this because I'm like, these guys actually weren't privy to this. It's not choreographed and staged. I'm
Mhm.
asking you live. So yeah, it's the Topsail Pirates 10U Gold team.
Okay, the Topsail Pirates 10U Gold. Yeah, Topsail Pirates 10U Gold. I don't know. What do they want again? Motivation? I mean, my TBI is fucking acting up, bro.
Yeah. Football team, man. Football team.
What do they want again?
They want
They're just they're in
They want a
camp
little.
right now.
They want a little
just-
shout out, a little motivational shout out.
Okay, just a little shout out then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Topsail. Topsail 10U under. I don't know, bro. Fucking Topsail Pirates.
Yeah.
The
Topsail
Topsail Pirates 10U.
Gold.
Gold.
Okay. The Topsail Pirates 10U Gold. Shout out, man. What's up, guys? Good luck in camp.
Let's see if I get the top soul pirates 10U gold. That's what it is, right?
Yep.
All right. Shout out to the top soul pirates 10U gold. I hope y'all get y'all ass kicked in camp. Because it's gonna make for a hell of a season when you get out of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Keep it going. Chatter, chit. Put somebody in the trunk this season. Let's get it.
There we go.
I wish I had something better, bro.
No, you're good.
You fucking killing me, bro. Niggas killing me because I can see the gears are trying to turn in that motherfucker.
I put you guys on the
Yeah.
spot though. I put you guys on the spot. It's my fault. I put you guys on the
Oh
spot.
shit, that's good. That's good.
All right. With that being said, actually, let's close out the episode. Nick, if you could put someone in Grimsey's trunk right now, who would it be?
Oh man. Anybody?
Anybody. Or anything, I guess. We could put a thing in there, right, Grimsey?
It's unlimited what you can put in that motherfucker.
I'd drop some ammo in there. I don't want to say too much, man.
Bro, hey, Nick has been struggling this whole fucking episode to keep from saying certain shit, bro.
Yeah.
This whole episode.
Yeah, put some ammo in it. Put some ammo in it.
Put some ammo in there.
You put the ammo in it. You keep the
Put
Trump
some ammo in
stopped.
the truck. Yeah.
Gotta keep it stocked up, man. Gotta keep
Yeah.
it stocked up. Drew, who you putting in there?
Phew. You know, I didn't think I was gonna be asked that question.
Yeah, well, we gotta keep it spontaneous, motherfucker.
I'm gonna put the whole government in there.
The whole government in
Yeah,
there.
the whole thing will fit. I know we can.
We might can make it happen. Never not know.
You see those trash compactors and how tight they can make that little square of trash?
You got
Mhm.
it.
Yep. What about you? What about you, Grimsy? Who you putting in there?
I've got so many motherfuckers I put in there already. You know, he's already in there, but I would love if I could put Gavin Newsom in there every single day. I really would, bro. Gavin I see for some reason all the people that I can't stand show up on my ex feed all the time, and I see all his shit, bro. And that's one of them people that really irks my nerves. It's the fake motherfuckers that really irk my nerves.
You gotta
bro.
watch the Sean Ryan. I'm gonna have to watch it now.
Now we gotta watch it, man. Now we gotta watch it to see what's to it.
Hey, we can reconvene. We can do a part 2 of this. We can come back after everyone watches it.
Yeah, we
Right.
could do that.
Watched it?
We could do that. I'll put Gavin Newsom in the trunk every single fucking day if I could.
I'll take a look at it.
And Nick can reach out to him directly and ask him questions, so we can all watch it. We can take notes and
Yeah.
how
He can reach out to who?
to Sean.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Unless,
he still got the line.
that might be an ask. I don't want to put you on the spot. But
I gotta watch it first. I gotta watch it.
Got to see what's to it. No, I get it, man. I get it.
so yeah,
I heard it was bad though. So
I heard it was horrendous.
wow.
yeah.
I heard it was bad. Yeah.
We'll see. Right, we'll see.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit this.
With that, does anybody have any closing statements, closing arguments? Anyone who we're not in court right now, so you don't have to. make closing
Well,
arguments.
okay, yeah. First and foremost, we talked about it a little bit before the episode kicked off, but when I first started watching podcasts, right? I got into Sean Ryan and Vlad, and the one that stuck out to me the most was Nick's interviews, right? And especially, if you watch Sean's episodes, he kind of goes through the whole life of whoever he's got sitting in that chair. So Nick's episode really stuck out to me, and it got me into the whole podcast thing. And then that's before the whole content thing kicked off. And after the content thing kicked off, I met Drew and I got on his podcast. And then Drew put me in contact with Nick. And now, that before we even did all these, the episode shit, I was in contact with Nick, and we was talking about the manifestation of it all, you know what I'm saying? And how it comes around. So I guess my closing statement is whatever you trying to do, whatever you want to do, manifest that shit every day and make it happen.
Don't stop dreaming. Yeah, that's
Ever.
yeah.
Ever. There's gonna be hard times, there's gonna be struggle. You're gonna hate it. You're not gonna want to ever do it again in your life, but you got to get through all of that to get to the point like this right here, for me, where it's full circle now, watching Nick on his interviews and then finally getting to be able to do a podcast episode with Nick. It all comes through perseverance, man. And I feel blessed to even be able to do it. And Nick, I appreciate you, bro. I really appreciate you coming on here, man, and kicking it and bullshitting with us, man.
All chill, bro. All good, man. I'm about to hit.
You got anything for us, Nick?
He's trying to get up out of here and
I'm
some herbal tea in his life.
I got out the shower and stuff. I'm like cooling down now. So yeah, took a while, dried up, but yeah, bro, I'm good.
Any final thoughts, Nick?
Nah, fully agree with what you said, man. Yeah, don't stop dreaming, man. I appreciate you guys for having me on too. 100%.
I have one thing that I want to tell our audience. First of all, Grimsy's obviously awesome. Everyone loves him. Nick has to be one of the most humble people I've ever met in my life. Like this dude
That's
is
a fact.
just so nice all
That's
the
a fact.
time.
Shit. How do they spell it? I say shit. I did shit.
Every time I talk to you, you're excited, you're hyped up, like you're always positive, and it's infectious.
That's the weed. It's the weed.
I'm really a mellow, quiet.
You
like,
you catch Nick when he's not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Off the ganj. Whole different man. Whole different man right there.
Yeah. It goes south quick. No.
Real quick. Drew, you got any last remarks, man?
Everyone needs to get subscribed. I will drop links to everyone's X and whatever else accounts we want all over the social media. Obviously, this isn't going out just on YouTube, but get subscribed to us on YouTube, on Substack, on Spotify, on wherever you find your podcasts and your clips and your episodes and your social media. We will be there by the time this episode comes out. So,
and like you said, this is a pilot for us, man. So if you got anything y'all want to see, if you got anything that you want to hear, if you got a comment on what you think could be better, how we can structure it, leave them comments, man. I don't, closed mouths don't get fed.
Yep.
And we need to know what's going on here, man. So as always, man, how I like to say it, love, peace, and chicken grease, man. We're going to get up out of here. And this was the Trunk Tales.
Trunk Tales! Trunk Tales! Trunk Tales! Grimsy, Bacon Father! Trunk Tales! Trunk Tales! Trunk Tales! Grimsy, Bacon Father! Sit up front, sit and talk. We ain't here to ball and mark. The front seat is where great minds meet, while the big picture comes into focus. Come and ride, take pride. You are listening to Trunk Tales. Talk from Main Street. I'm a matter of all that matters. Educated on the beat of where DC, Wall Street meet. Lessons learned from the